I'm Robert DeLapp, producer of Skeleton Warriors. This is the opening credits for Skeleton Warriors, establishing our hidden secret base and our vehicles, sky bikes, our heroes who fight our villains, the Skeleton Warriors. And if you notice here, with the vehicles of choice here are sky bikes, and that's not by accident. In fact, that Skeleton Warriors, when we were designing it, was based on Jason and the Argonauts, but with a little modern twist. We're kind of thinking of biker gangs. Harley Davidson at the time was just starting to license their logos for apparel. We just thought it'd be great. Wouldn't it be great to have kids, you know, we saw kids wearing little bomber jackets and stuff. I go, wouldn't it be cool to have like a little biker jacket? Kind of the merchandising for this, as you can see, kind of look, there's like the Warriors, you know. Looks like a jacket for a bike gang. And here's the Oracle. Here's where Gary and I really wanted to interject CGI somehow into the series. We decided to create this character, the Oracle, a golden gleaming skull in space, and it sets up the moral and ethical dilemmas of the stories, the moral tales that we were trying to tell. That was actually a CG shot of Lumia, the planet. And this episode here, we're trying to establish a little bit more about the characters themselves, their abilities, and their capabilities, the relationships. Trying to build more on the family, the story, why they have this crazy uncle who's been preparing for a day like this. Here you can see the styling of Neil Adams, big time on, it's got kind of a comic book feel to it. You can see these shadows and stuff on these characters. Right here you can see that the shadows are kind of flat and stuff. It would change from crew to crew at ACOM. You'll see that throughout this whole episode. You'll see where you have like Neil Adams' heavy ink and shadow, and it will disappear, and that would be from crew to crew who were animating on the show. These backgrounds and everything else, we got a little ambitious at Landmark Entertainment Group, the production designers that were working at the company, who normally do theme parks and designs and stuff, wanted a real shot at this. So some of the backgrounds and stuff are a little more detailed or dynamic than some of the other Saturday morning shows and stuff, and tend to have, you know, wherever we could, they have a Disney background, so it sometimes we get that sense of quality from them. Here they are on the sky bikes, the Skeleton Warriors, bare and dark, obviously bigger and badder than any of the other skeletons. Dr. Cyborg, we wanted to, you know, what would be cool to have like a half Terminator, half skeleton, you know, twice the power of any normal skeleton. Here's our family planning. Again, there you can see those black lines, ink lines down the characters. And there was a wipe there you just saw of the Oracle flying. That's another CGI wipe. And throughout the series, you'll see we started integrating more and more of these. There's a sword that swipes by, you know, for a wipe. That's one is Baron Dark's sword, one is Prince Lightstar's sword, one is the Lightstar crystal itself, another is the skull. So we made a whole library of these CGI wipes.
Time to finally wash my hands of dear Prince Blightstar. Clear out!
Back into the mine, quickly. It's our only hope.
So in this episode that I'm watching right now, there's no sound effects or no sweetening, so this is the sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. And with skeletons, it's just so much fun to try and figure out how we were going to destroy them. They were going to be immortal. They put themselves back together again from the power of the crystal that Baron Dark has bestowed on them. Or bestowed, I should say.
The lake's caving in. Hurry!
I was expecting for sure for Grimskull to grab him to go into the shadows. After about 10 years, I haven't seen this. And it's just great. Every time you could do a lineup of all these characters to each other, you know, you could see the dynamics of how each one's different. How Oracula has multiple arms.
Bring me back whatever's left of those royal water rats.
And keep your paws off the prince, bug boy. He's mine.
Can't remember who did the voices of Oracula, but each main character got to add an additional voice. We'd add new characters every week. You know, we were planning the next season, and the whole toy line that we were going to have for the next year. And at the same time, while we were creating these characters, the toy company, Playmates, they wanted something else to put in there with each character. So a lot of these characters had a pet.
Getting out of here!
Or another character, like Seraphina for Talon. We have a dog, a wolf for Grimskull. Even Baron Dark had a dog, and we called him Bad Dog. You know, people call each other Bad Dog. Mad at their dogs.
Where are we? Looks like this is the inside of a ventilation drill shaft.
That'd be my guess, too.
We'll just have to climb out of here. Ready, Uncle?
There's the wipe of the Light Star crystal.
How far do you think we've come?
A mile, maybe. Seems like forever, though. Let's
There's a
hope
little homage to Hogan's Heroes coming out of the stump.
the mountain.
Those legion of lightweights are around here somewhere.
Wherever we can make a bone joke.
Oh, with all your arms, you think you could aim. Come on, Oracula. Looks like our fleshy
Things like fleshy friends. Whenever we could come up with little jokes.
This'll help with the wind. Come on, Uncle. Even you have to eat.
No thanks. I'm not hungry.
All right, Uncle. It's time to talk. What did you mean when you said you'd seen what happened here before?
Now, up to this point, Prince Lightstar, all of them before the series, is Uncle Ursak is, you know, their father's crazy brother. He lives out in the woods. He's collected this arsenal of weaponry that the family didn't even know about. And so, to build the series, and you know, for the next season and the continuing seasons, so, you know, as always when we start something, we're hopeful that it's going to go on. We needed to really set some expositions down. You know, kind of tell what is this world about. And here you can see some homage again to Jack Kirby with all these big giant machines, very graphic looks, oversized pipes, big geometric shapes.
And by refracting light images to correlate with our individual brain waves, the future scope will show each of us the future.
Not quite. We'll each witness our own possible futures.
Possible futures?
We do have free will, Ursak. The future, I believe, is all.
So this is Ursak's backstory.
A son has been born to the king! A prince has been born!
We must be prepared for the onslaught. Skeletons who walk the land as humans will be
So Ursak's been given a vision.
run and dominate the kingdom.
Ursak, what kind of leader would I be if I panicked the people, terrified the country, all because my brother was having bad dreams? Ursak, it's time to put the war behind you.
Fine!
I think this episode is actually the only episode where we actually see Prince Lightstar, Talon's, Grimskull's, their father. Here we see young Prince Lightstar.
Someday, I promise you'll understand. But for now, Prince Justin, you must learn to be strong, loyal, and quick-witted.
But I don't want you to go.
You see word Justin Joshua. We liked J words. Sounds really good. Good names.
Let them come for me now.
What have I done?
And I know here we see Grimskull. He, the fate of him. He's been torn between two worlds. He wants his own world where he lives, where he's in charge. He's seen as being, not that younger brother.
If the rest of the world had seen what we'd seen, there would have been pandemonium. You mean you knew about the skeleton warriors, but did nothing to stop it from happening? No, Justin. All I could do was prepare
Speaking about J names again, Jennifer. Jennifer, who's Talon here. Of course, we named her after our licensing director, Jennifer Rogers.
Maybe it's better that way.
Try and make it fun and personal the whole time we're doing it.
Challenge enough.
Well, where are they?
They've escaped to the top of the mountain.
In all that snow and ice. Then let's give them a warm reception.
And it's the Matterhorn. No, it's the Paramount Mountain. No, it's a theme park company designing a show and putting inside jokes in. Like I said, we're always trying to introduce new characters. Here's our new character. This is Stalker. This will turn out to be Joshua's companion.
Come on. Catch me if you can.
Josh has tried to lure the wolf away from his family.
Grimskull! What, Uncle? What is it? An early morning wake-up call. It's Baron Dark! Blast!
And there we go. There he is. He's using his powers to escape the wolf. The wolf didn't outsmart him. He's sitting there waiting for him.
That's it, kiddies. Run right into the trap.
What wipe that was? Whether that was, I think it was probably Baron Dark's sword right there.
Oh no!
This is new.
Now, I don't know what you're hearing at home, but I'm getting one of the actors right now giving his raw sound of being this creature, this bear. And I'm sure that James Felden sweetened it up pretty much.
Part A, Part B's your territory. Ready?
We've gotten used to blending animal sounds, copying Ben Burt, what he did for Chewbacca. We're all big fans of the Star Wars series.
We better find Guardian and Grimskull before that... whatever it is down there gives up Dark and his boys.
Again, here we go. We start seeing some really dark shadows on the characters, very much like Neil Adams' original designs. Here again, there's the shadows again. It kind of works right there really well. It's kind of got that Spawn-like cape. I don't say that to Neil Adams. Neil would say, no, that's more like a Batman cape. Neil was like, I think, responsible for putting on the sharp blades on Batman's cuffs back in the 70s. And again, like I said, this is a biker. We kind of like did it after a Harley Davidson bikers riding club. So these sky bikes have that Harley Davidson type feel we try to get. There's a bone joke. It would be great that the dogs are chewing on. What would happen if they're chewing on one of the skeleton warriors? Would they feel it?
A protector, it seems.
We have to find Lightstar and Talon and get off this mountain. tricycles, hurry!
Very interesting too about weaponry and everything else, the guidelines that they have at the networks. The guns had to be squared off like that. And they couldn't be called guns. They had to be plasma shooters. Or that rule was anything that a kid could find in his own home that resembled something on screen and could use it. It was kind of a no-no. So weapons are oversized, or they don't look like conventional weapons of today.
Grimskull, let's go! Your brother and sister are in big trouble!
Where are they? Tell me what's happening to them.
I don't know for certain, but we have to stop Talon from making the biggest mistake of her life!
I have to rest for a minute.
Okay, I'll start a small fire. Try to raise Guardian and Grimskull on the comlink again.
All right. Great team. This is Gold Leader. Do you copy? Over.
All right, go on, boy. Fetch. Oh, you mindless mutt. You're supposed to fetch.
So here we get our joke in. Bad dog. There's like a Neil Adam pose.
Losers are vulnerable. We have to take them now before they regroup.
But how, my lord? We can't seem to locate them.
Young Grimskull has learned to mask his thoughts well. Search the mountain again. They're here somewhere.
How could we lose their tracks?
The wind has swept them clean!
He's on to something. I think he wants us to follow.
Yes, we must follow the wolf.
Here we go. Here we have a little bit of homage to Gary's movie, Masters of the Universe. There's the throne there. It might look a little familiar to Frank Langella sitting on the throne as Skeletor.
And you shall be known as Grimskull.
I think he wants us to follow.
Hurry through the shadows.
Uncle!
Grimskull, you must hurry through the shadows to save Lightstar.
But I don't know where they are.
And what skeleton army wouldn't be complete without a female skeleton? Shriek was just a great character. Great voice.
Lose them this time.
That voice for Baron Dark was just great. We originally wanted Tony Jay, who plays the Oracle, but he was just too friendly, you know, it was just too nice of a, more like a grandfather, you know, or professor, like Joseph Campbell, you know, someone that you really admire, so we just could not listen to his voice when his takes for Baron Dark. So we went another route. Maybe much to Susan Blue's Chechens. When we would do this, Susan Blue, the way she would direct this is she'd bring all the actors into one room. Everyone would set up, and we would do this as like a read-through, real time. Everybody acting out their part. I'd be sitting in the recording studio, and we would take our notes. We had Gary in on the very first session, but when we do theme parks and stuff, you know, we have very few lines of dialogues on rides and stuff, so that, you know, we would take after take after take, line by line. It doesn't work in Saturday morning. Saturday morning, you know, you have all these people on budget, You know, you have a very short time in the studio to get it all. And I think our first session went about 4 to 6 hours to get episode 1 done, with Gary in the booth. So Gary got a good feel of what the team was doing and everything else. I think maybe showed up for 2 more of the recording sessions. But then we kind of just left it to Susan. She let her really do her thing. And I would be there to basically, if there was anything that was just really, we thought was just needed a little more emphasis, a little more punch or anything else, that we'd ask for some retakes. We'd do that at the end of the session. And we'd get them done in about an hour, hour and a half, really.
That's twice I owe you.
Are we cleared for landing, Uncle?
As I live and breathe, we thought you were both.
So did we. Talon pulled us through.
Glad to see you two haven't left the party yet.
Who's your friend there?
My new traveling companion. But he doesn't have a name.
Now that's considered probably a bad thing nowadays. Stalker wasn't used so as it is used today. We like the fact that he didn't matter whether Grimskull went into the shadows or not. The dog knew where he was. You know, it's very clear that he was a wild animal, and the only person that he could relate to was Grimskull. Wasn't quite human yet. It wasn't really just a skeleton. So we've established the family. Here comes the Oracle. Interesting about the skull too is from the first one, we couldn't get this mouth animated. You know, we didn't know skeletons don't have lips. But as the series goes on and you watch it more and more, you'll see that the Oracle got more and more animated. You know, eyebrows moved more. Gary Gutman, who's actually just responsible for almost every soundtrack that Landmark did. Anyways, thank you very much for watching the Skeleton Warriors episode. It's been a pleasure.